Oh no, still spinning. Hi, everybody.
Hi, everyone.
Welcome to the show, and welcome, Deb Sackow. I
Thanks
have
for
missed
having
you
me.
very much. I haven't seen you in a year.
I know. It's all way back in aught 25.
Right, way back down to 25. That's right. But yeah, I've missed interacting with everybody.
Same
And
here.
when I came in and started, coming back on after being away for so long, I was pleased that you were still around and still able to do it. Yeah,
Yes, I love collaborations. That's
I know.
great. Oh,
Yeah, me too.
Charlie Sage of Fire is coming in from my channel. Thank you so much, Bunny
Yeah, and
Rabbit.
so is Bunny Rabbit. Yeah, and hi,
Bunny, thank
Whispers.
you so much.
Hi,
Yes.
Jenny. Jenny's here from Whispers from Heaven. She's going to open her own channel soon. We have Wisconsin Lightkeeper, and we have Laura Fahey. It's good to see you, Laura. Who else came in? Hi. Anyway, yeah.
I just got an email from or a text from Donna Ortiz, and she's starting her channel.
Wow. Yeah.
We
Isn't
need
that
more
amazing?
conversations.
I
That's great.
know. I know. You know, I always say not everybody has to start a channel, in order to be a light worker, to be, a person that works with others. And it was really, she used to be Jenny in Virginia previously, if you remember her name.
That's right. I
Yes,
remember.
yep. And Glow, hi, on Deb's channel, and Julie Hamill and Maria Scorpio. It's good to see you from Deborah's channel. Cynthia Smith, good to see you as well. Kim, Red Dragon. Yeah, I'm happy. We're happy you're here. Yeah. So, yeah. And, when they did that thing where they also changed people's names.
Yes.
If we changed the name is one thing, but they were going in and we were trying to figure out who all these people were. Because we had them all set with the other way that YouTube did it. So, yeah. Hi, Lorraine. Hello, Donna Ortiz.
Donna, we just talked about you and your new channel.
Yes, Deborah told me that you have a new channel coming up. I'm so excited. Hi, Garnet. And who else? Oh, Nat's here from Australia. Welcome, honey. Mary Thornberry. Who is this guy? Sasha Riley, the guy Susan Lynn talked about this morning on Substack. Oh, I'm going to have to check it out. All right, I'll write his name down.
Sasha Riley.
Riley. Okay.
Awesome.
Actually, probably have Keith. Keith spends the whole day doing nothing but that.
I love that. Now, we'll have him blow my channel up then too. I'm going to start my Substack. I've got, it's almost up.
Good. That's wonderful.
That's I don't know how it works, but I'll figure it out. I have to go grab something, so I'll be right back.
Okay. All right. That's fine. Hi, Ellen. It's good to see you. Oh, he was I know what you're talking about now. Yes. He ended up being in the military or something. And he was, so this guy, Sasha, he was in the military, but he was trafficked by DJT and Epstein as a young boy because they didn't have enough young boys.
Oh my God.
He said he'd testify. Yeah.
Oh my God. How did she get him on her channel? Wow.
No, I think she was just talking about him. I don't think that she had him on, but he has a Substack apparently. So we'll check that out definitely. Sasha Riley. Yeah. Now I remember. I had seen last night was a weird night because I kept seeing all this weird stuff coming up. All of it, like the thing with Jerome Powell. Jerome Powell is the Fed chair.
I know.
Yeah. And he is being investigated now by the Justice Department for just doing his job, basically. So
doing his job,
he came on and talked about it for a short period of time. So he's okay. It's not about channels; it's about the Epstein files. Yeah, we know, honey. Yeah, but thank you. Yeah, I remembered once. Yeah, he was a victim of the Trump. Yeah. All right. So, yes, you should be excited, Donna Ortiz. Yes, absolutely.
We're
Back
proud
to
of
that.
you.
Yeah, yeah, I know. Oh, Deborah's real proud of you. Yeah.
You
The
know,
tapes are
with
very
the
horrendous. Okay, go ahead, Deb.
what's that?
Sorry.
With the one universal year, um, we'll have that where the boys come out, whereas they usually don't. Right? That's something new. And also this thing that Trump did, it's not necessarily new, but it's new for us with
Mhm.
Venezuela and things like that. So
Right.
he has decided to not give up his old ways of doing things. So
Hmm.
this is the benefit for us is that we get to see some justice around the corner, but before he has to go a little bit farther because he has to continue with the old guard, his
Hmm.
patriarchal thing, and
Yeah.
then matriarch just comes in and. But I do believe it's going to be starting to crush on the inside,
Okay. Good.
definitely,
It
and
needs
then
to. Hmm.
we are going to we I don't know if I should I feel some
Hmm.
of us are going to start fire to fire
Yes, I agree.
instead of wishes and hopes and prayers. And
Right.
so I do believe that. I don't think it's going to be a whole civil war, but um, we're going to get new actions.
Well, here's one that I heard last night,
Hmm.
and I'm originally from New Hampshire. That was my home state, and they're
Mhm.
very Republican, but they're kind of purpley up there. Anyway,
Mhm.
there was a um, there was a post from the Archdiocese of the Episcopal Church and the whatever the grand poobah of that for the for New Hampshire said, please get your will in order and get all of your affairs in order because we are going to have to do movement more than just chatter.
We have to
And
stand between the people
between the
and
two, that's right.
yeah.
And that there will be some, yeah, there'll be some issues. So,
Mhm.
and of course, we've seen this anyway, haven't we? We saw it, I think it was in LA, one of those, it was a priest that got hit in the head with um, a rubber bullet and this
Is he
was,
okay? Did he die?
he didn't die, no, but I mean, he was severely hurt. He was standing out there protesting at the time when they were all out there with the and he was knocked down, and yeah, so it's it is and it's time for standing up, I guess is the word I want to say. It's a rally call, and no one's
Mhm.
coming to save us. But I also know that Spain, France, Germany, all of those NATO, they've sent troops to Greenland. And now the man that's responsible for everything is saying, what's wrong in Iran? For heaven's sake, why are you killing people in the streets? Because their economy has collapsed and they're having all kinds of problems in Iran. And
Oh,
what is he doing here? And he's telling them to stop doing it to their people? This is how ridiculous this all is.
I
So,
hadn't heard that NATO is protecting itself from us.
yes,
Wow.
yes, yeah, uh-huh, yeah. Oh, thank you, Julie Hamill. Thank you, dear. A lot of us are just simply going to side with NATO.
Yeah.
We don't, yeah, I mean, yeah. But you're right, though. I've been feeling it for a long time, but all right. So Jenny's going to go live for the first time with butterfly readings next Monday. Isn't that great?
Yay.
Yay. I know. And
A year of firsts.
a year
May
of
the force
first.
be with you. You'll
That's
be
right.
fine. You'll be great.
I know you will. And there's Hibiscus Healing. Hi, girl.
Hi, Sarah.
It's nice to see you. And I want to say hello to Selma Witena. Selma Witena. And also Tea Garden Chicken. Garnet, hi. Arlene Forney. It's good to see you as well. Let's see who else. Oh, Ness is here. Good to see you,
Hi,
Ness.
Ness.
Yep. January 18th is a bad event for the person. Okay. That's your astrology. Okay. I get you. Uh-huh.
Oh.
So Susan said, and Linda G said a woman would bring him down, and they did back in 2020. They said that, yes. So it could be the interview of Sasha. Well,
I believe a woman's going to replace Trump.
Ah, okay. Well, you know, it would be really nice to see governance by a committee for a while. Let's put it that way.
That's the way it's supposed to be.
Anyway.
That's originally. Yeah.
So,
but it'll be a woman leading us out of this chaos,
out of the misery, out of the desert. Yeah. So we have Sherry Scott. Hi, sweetie. Courtney Elf. It's lovely to see you.
Thank you.
Oh, and you're from Ethiopia. Well, Salama, thank you for being here with us from Ethiopia. Wow, that's amazing. Hi, Peace Mama. Canada won't sell a uranium to the U.S. Yay, Canada. Oh, yeah.
AI development, is that right? Interesting.
Yeah, a lot of different things that you need things for that they're not going to have the possibility of getting. Yeah.
You know what I was saying about, I just want to jump in again about this shift in one universal year. So we're seeing the current administrator do new things that are even worse. We're seeing the pedestrians doing new things, which are even greater. I just have to say that as the Republican Party implodes, we will as well. We have to grow out of it. So there are different degrees of Democrats, right? But the new definition of who we want to be is narrower than the large Democratic Party. So I have a feeling there's going to be a little infighting, and here's how it's going to do. All of the Rachel Maddow stories, except for MS Now.
Yeah.
You have to make sure where you're getting, because they're all AI. She goes like this. She's never talked with her hands. You know, it's AI. When she you know how when she comes up and she goes like this with her shirt when she's ready to do something, look for that. That's, but even our voices and what she had to say was okay. But she's got such a following that what if somebody else said something through her AI avatar? So just be discerning, even if it's from our side, is what I want to say.
No, well, they're saying that by the end of the year, which I think it's already happening in many cases, that you won't be able to tell AI from reality, that it will be that much better. And that's scary. I think that's completely scary. And I always have thought so, because there are people that wish to do evil, just like the Ross is taking his cell phone, and then I'm sure they cut that to shreds and
he was fumbling with the gun and his phone so he could.
And you don't hear any gunshots in that second video. You only hear this boom, 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 and like he's been hit, and he was never hit. No, he was never hit. And of course, people are believing what they see, because we're supposed to believe what we see and hear, But now with AI, who knows, right? It's pretty scary. Courtney, God bless you. God bless your state. This is purposeful. All of this is purposeful, because he wants to take down walls, and he wants to make everybody violent so that he can send in the militia or the military. Right. So I applaud. Your state is amazing. Your people are amazing, and God bless you all, really. And we've seen this in other places, but this, I think, well, it's not the straw that breaks the camel's back. There's so many of those, but it certainly adds to the pile. And
I really do believe he lost more and more. They're peeling off MAGA people, and they're finally it has to get this bad. But you know what? We won't have real evidence of that, except for some fun YouTube videos of the mess around and find out videos.
Yeah.
But the midterms are going to
If we
decide.
have them, because he's
We
saying
will.
now we don't need to have them anymore.
No, because I'll tell you that's not going to happen. I mean, midterms will happen because that's a whole year, 9 months, 12 months, 11 months away, where that is the whole time the MAGA people on the inside are going to be crumbling, leaving. The support isn't going to be there. So he's not going to have the backup singers to be able to do that.
Yeah, I agree with you. And yes, Tea Garden Chicken, you are another Minnesotan. Anybody that's there right now. I mean, it was bad. George Floyd was horrendous. That whole thing was horrendous. And I have to say that Mayor Fry, that guy's cool. He's 44 years old, and he was there.
Never heard of him before.
Yeah, I know. Well, he was there during the George Floyd. And he's an attorney that's the mayor, and has been the mayor since the George Floyd.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, we're all with you. Peace, Mama. You saw the clip where he switched his phone from his right hand to his left as he crossed in front of the car, but most of the clips out there don't show that. Yeah, that's what I mean. They just doctored the crap out of that thing. That's very true. I want to answer the gal from Ethiopia, I believe, asked, are we going to Selma, are we going to do any readings? So we have some chat we're going to do, but we will do a few readings. So if you want to put it in, we will try to get to it, especially since you're from out of the country. We'll try to get to yours first.
Ask her what time it is there.
Yeah, I know.
I want to know what time.
I want to know what time it is in Ethiopia. Yeah.
It's 11 on Pacific time, 11:15.
Yeah. Yep. Wow. All right. So there was a prompt that I found this morning that I wanted to bring to Deborah and you all in the chat. I really enjoy talking, not just political stuff, because, that's depressing at times. But I did want to bring something in because we're in a new year. And it was a question that came out of I do two things in the morning. I do the Buddhist reading. And then I also do one from Robert Greene, who talks about the power of different power that we have. And his prompt this morning was, the obstacle is the way. And I thought, boy, we sure have a lot of obstacles collectively, but we also have them that are individually. So I pulled this up, and this is what the question was. Take one of your limitations that you perceive you have, because it could be you really don't, or obstruction in your path, and tell us what it might be and how you can either break beyond it, climb over it, think your way out of it, or find your way to work with it, I guess, in this particular new year. Or you can even talk about last year. That's fine. So I'm going to give you a minute to think about that. It's 10:17 p.m. All right. Thank you, Salama. In Ethiopia, it's 12 hours, or a little over 9 hours.
Thank you for staying up.
Yeah, I know. Thank you. Hi, Candy Rocks. It's nice to see you. So when I thought of this, I thought, oh my God. And of course, last year for you was phenomenal with your writing. That's the first thing I thought about. Yeah. So, but that doesn't mean that's your obstacle that you climbed over. So it's your personal. Hi, Slugger Boo.
As far as when self-discovery is so important for all of us, that's why we're here. We want to learn how we fit into the world and our community and everything. And so I was born with certain talents and certain phobias and all of that stuff. Sure. If I understand that on a intellectual level, conscious level, then I'm able to, when something happens to me, an obstacle comes up, I can address it the way I was meant to, with my soul blueprint, if I understand myself the best. And so that is going to keep me in the observer mode. So when I'll confess, I get, and I've said this before, 0 to 60, my emotions, boop, and out of control. I can't really do this 0 to 60. If I get caught up and I don't catch it ahead of time, then I'm at 60. But I know once I'm at 60 and being a Karen somewhere and for myself, to myself or someone else, then I'm able to wait. That is that's something I learned. That's not who I am at soul level. Yeah. And so therefore I can look at whatever made me, where I felt it made me go upset. And then I can reason that, and that obstacle melts when I realize, oh, that's not even here for me. That's for someone else. And the grace I get to give is someone else watching me address this situation. Power through it. And so they become the observer. But that's a lot to think about. But I think it starts with understanding what you incline to do in a good way, because what we see, I feel, we can see someone and say they're very bad because of society. I mean, they're very bad, but they could be in complete alignment with who they are at soul level. And so
we can't say we don't know what they
bring in. There's a shadow side and a light side, and they can be aligned to that.
Yeah,
so
very, very true. I love that.
I don't know if that's the answer you were thinking about.
No, any answer is fine. But my feeling when you're speaking about it, I'm thinking, so something might trigger you and you're at 60 miles an hour. So to walk that back, what is it that you do? Are you able to do that fast or
yes? Now I can do it really fast, because I can, let's say I'm arguing with you and I get steamed up and my emotions carry me instead of me being in control. Then I can stop it and say, wait, this is this is not a good time. It would be in our best interest as friends that I take a break. If nothing you did or said, it's me going this and that, identifying myself. And so being willing to say, whoops, I'm not in the wrong. I'm not saying I'm in the wrong. I'm saying my emotions are not giving me the right words to say. So I need a break.
I love that you're able to step back and do that. Because I grew up with a mother that did not allow me to argue ever.
We had strict families back in the day.
And you couldn't, with I love my mother dearly, but with my mother, you couldn't even furrow your brow like this.
Oh, I know. Let's bring memories back.
Yeah. Oh my God. So when I was liberated, let's say, and as an adult, and I didn't have to worry about, I guess, she wasn't around, she was gone, she was passed over. But I took it to a different level, because everything that I had held in for 30 years is like diarrhea out the mouth. You know what I mean? It's like, oh my God, everything was big, and I still have trouble reining that in.
Well, it's because, I got an insight on that. I got a hit on that, because we just go back in time, because we went through the women's lib right when we were kids. We weren't really women at that time. I mean, we were, but that was it. But then we moved into, and then our spiritual community started saying we need to be authentic 100% of the time. So that gave us permission to act out of line, or not with the greatest grace. And so that was what the era said. And so, of course, we were able to, for a long, long time, say and do what we like, because there was a permission there.
There was a
and
permission.
So you come by it naturally, absolutely naturally.
Mm-hmm.
So does it bother you still that?
It does at times. Yeah. I recognize that if I explode about something, maybe I'll get after, like I don't say anything to Keith that's bothering me, but then it increases and increases. And then I explode, and he says, this is, why do you do, what's the matter with you? Why do you do that? You don't need to get that mad or whatever.
Yeah.
And I still have sometimes that way of holding back, because I was taught you know, or either that or sometimes it's not worth the argument, which is always a good thing, but maybe not. And so when I explode, I'm like, I have a right to say what I want, but I really don't have a right to yell at somebody to do it. And that's where that obstacle is
Well,
for me.
you're yelling at him because he's a safe guy. He's not going to. Yeah, well, he
Well,
might yell back.
and my kids, when they, my daughter, not necessarily my son, my son never made me mad. He just really didn't. But my daughter, everything was hair trigger, hair trigger, hair trigger. And
I had a roommate, Shirley, and so living with a roommate makes me anxious. Aley, Aley, it really is difficult when you raise that way. Yeah. Oh gosh.
That's really hard. God bless you, honey.
Yeah. The thing is that if you can inject humor in any time, so I did that because I was constantly doing this, exactly what you are, it was always the last straw. Ended up to be my tower of the day. And so I would be upset about a situation in the house.
Right.
And I'd say, Shirley, it's all your fault. And and it's going to be your fault for the next 5 minutes until I can calm down. And so she would just, roll her eyes and get back to the movie she's watching, because that was me thinking it's everyone else's fault but my own. And it has to come out just like it has to come out with you. But then you can say, oh, there she is, instead of him coming back saying, why do you do that? There's no answer for that. Right. Part of your charm. It's part of my charm. Get used to it. That kind of
I love that answer. Yeah.
Yeah, it's part of my charm.
Yeah.
I've just got range.
Very interesting. I'm seeing that my mother wasn't cold, but if you talked back to her or you
disrespected.
Here's what happened once. This was weird. I was 16. My father never hit me, ever. He was just, my dad and I were bonded. But my mother asked me to do something and I was giving her back talk, which I rarely did, but it was like it just unleashed itself. My father came into the room and sort of whacked me, and I fell on the other bed because they had twin beds. He didn't hurt me in any way. It just was sort of like that. And, you're frozen on the other screen. Okay. All right. Let me put you in here and let me get rid of this
Can
one.
you kick me out on the other screen?
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Wait a minute. Kick from studio. All right. There you go.
Good. Sorry about that.
And my mother went apoplectic that my father did that. And her heart. And she, it was very dramatic. Now, I just did a video on ancestral healing, and my mother had a very tough life. And as a 70-year-old woman now, looking back on it, I understand a lot of her motivations for her. She didn't really even know what she was doing in that regard. But when you're 16 and you're upset and your mother, everything was always, I'm nervous. You've made me nervous. You've made, that whole deal. So
you're the cause of my pain.
Like if she had a heart attack, it would have been my fault, you see, that kind of thing, even though she didn't say that. But I love this. So Arlene, your mom was cold. That's hard. That's very hard. Some people don't want to be mothers, I don't think. Children are to be seen and not heard. Your mother said children are like animals and need their spirits broken. Oh my God, Linda Bishop. Wow. She must have had a hard upbringing as well.
Wow. Well, that's what happened to her.
Yeah. Yeah.
So she thought, and to think that she couldn't imagine her parents being wrong, even though it happened to her, because that's sacred trust.
She can relate. Cher can relate. I was always told, you think you can say the things you think, stop talking.
You think you can say that?
So it's like her
my
mother said,
God.
you say the things you think, you stop talking. I can't even imagine. I'm hoping some of that healing occurred for you, Cher, when you were taking care of her. But, I'm thinking about the fact that older people now say whatever because some of them have Alzheimer's or some of them, are, have issues. And a lot of people are hearing those things and they're not necessarily meant as hatred, but they come out kind of funny. And wow. Oh, Bunny Rabbit, you kept things to yourself to avoid judgment of your mother. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry of you. Hi, Cat Goddess. It's good to see you. And hi, Marby. And Anya walking on eggshells. Yeah. It's very
That's what built
interesting.
our intuition, though. I mean,
It
all
did.
these people here
Yep.
came home from school, walked in, and just smelled the anxiety, and then mirrored
Yep.
what matched that energy. Heaven help you come in exuberated,
Right.
match the energy so you're seamless. It's how you survived. But what the blessing of that is that you are able to discern situations on your own, think critically,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
speak to spirit.
The other side of it, ladies, is that, and any gentleman that might be here, that I had back in 1974, one of my bosses was a gay woman, and she came out and told me she was gay. She wasn't hitting on me. She was just like, she knew she could trust me, that kind of thing. And so she said, you guys, you want to come to a gay bar with me and some of my friends? Don't worry. No one will bother you. I will let them. She's like my protector. And she said, the drinks are 50 cents a piece.
They are the
So you
funnest
go in there with
places
$10 and be slammed. So I said, yeah, I felt like, I told her I was an ally at that time. And I felt like if I did not go, that she'd think I was just, yeah, right. You're not an ally. So I said, yeah, I'll go. So I told my mother. I told her. She was very open about those things. That's the funny part. That's the funny part. So she didn't even say like, watch out, be careful, nothing. And I came home that night. They dropped me off. I didn't drive, thank God. And my mother's waiting at the dining room table for me, not in the bad way. And I'm drunker than a skunk, and she's helping me up the stairs. And my mother is not, this isn't my mother. I mean, it is and it isn't. And she helps me up the stairs, and she gets me into bed. And I'm, how the spins happen, everybody? Do you remember that?
Yes.
And she's like, it's okay. Let me know if you have to throw up. And she stayed with me through this whole thing, supporting me, which was incredible to me when I look back on it now. And she was an older mother. She had me when she was 36, which was older at that time, not anymore. But
yeah,
it just really, really speaks to two sides of one woman. There's so many sides to one woman, but don't get angry with her. Oh, gee, don't do that.
Well, it's that disrespect thing,
Yeah.
And so women of that era, and men too, but had been, her childhood was stomped out. My mom's was stomped out. She married a man that stomped it out. So.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. So they didn't hold their anger in very well, is what you're telling me.
Right.
Yeah. This is interesting, Barbara. Your mom would get sad when you visited because I reminded her she wasn't a good mom. Proud of you too. Yeah.
I don't get that. Can you explain? My mom would get sad when I visited in the rest home because you reminded her.
Oh, yeah. I thought at first when I read it that she reminded you, but yeah. But you know what? Yeah. Sometimes you have to call it out if it's the truth, This is really hard for you, Jenny. Anybody that has their moms that are this age, 90, 87, whatever, 100, I give you so much love. And it's hard. My mom died at age 68 when I was 33. And I don't think that was very good either, because I see people with their moms. Some moms are real clear, real easy, especially as they age. But yeah, I understand you have to set your boundaries. There you go. I love it. So you accept the past. Your father was cruel throughout your life, but he wasn't in the 2 years I took care of him. Oh.
Yeah, because everybody changes. They get new experiences.
Well, they do, and they realize, wow, 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 wow. Trial and error till you figured it out. Hello, Kit. It's nice to see you.
That's
Yes,
right.
and Deborah, it's nice to see you too. Thank you very much. Thank you for your post. And Kim Princess. And Sharon, it's wonderful to see you. Being an empath, you would come into the house and feel the energy. Yes, Sharon. Strawberry rhubarb. Yeah. Thank you, dear. You've babysat yourself mostly. It's interesting that our obstacles that this, and it's okay, because I think anything that needs to be said comes out organically when you're having a conversation. So it's interesting that it turned into like anger or trying to work through the past more than what obstacle we may have right now in front of us. So
yeah, because it's always survival as well, though, because you
true.
needed to go from 0 to 60 maybe, or get upset about something just to survive that moment. That's what I mean. It has to come out. I mean, but if you can, if he can respond with humor, there you go again, your charm. There's your charm again. And you not feeling dismissed. So it's a
Right.
two-way agreement. It's an agreement.
Right. And I try really hard with my 48-year-old daughter not to make her feel like she can't say whatever she wants to say, even if it's about me. You know, I don't like it when you do this. Please tell me, you know. And, you know, I'm not saying I was wonderful when she was younger, but we do have that understanding now. And I think my brother used to say, you do what you do until you know better, and then you do better.
That's Maya D'Angelo said that. You do your best until you know better, and then you do better.
Yeah. Then you do better. Yeah. Because we're not all born with all this knowledge either. And we have all those things. So your parents were divorced, but with both of them, it only took a look to know to stop. But I admit I was given plenty of freedom. That's all it took for me too, was a look. Yeah, it did. Yeah, that's all it took. Magical Mermaid, you are there aren't very many places in Tacoma that are for gay clubs and things like that, I imagine.
Yeah, back in the day, there was Shelley's Leg. I always loved that bar in Seattle.
Yeah.
I just loved it so much. It was so fun and carefree, and
sure.
You know,
yeah, no judgment in there. No judgment. And you know, in this particular club I went to, they had one of those lighted dance floors like John Travolta, you know what I mean?
Yeah, the disco
was awesome. And the disco ball, you know.
Oh, I'm like, oh my God, everybody danced with everyone else. You weren't sitting there waiting for someone to, you know, the traditional. It was just, we just had a blast.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Bravo.
It was a lot of fun. It is. Yeah.
Start a bar. The Magic Mermaid, Magical Mermaid. Start a bar, maybe.
Oh, there you go.
On something. Be a silent owner on nice, cool bar.
You are right, though. Many of our negative experiences were meant for us to experience, and they're the obstacles of life that we have to move through. And yes, everything changes. I do know my daughter was never afraid to yell at me or be mad. And I think it was harder for me because it was the opposite of way. And I heard that's true. If you have a liberal sort of parenting, then you will parent more conservatively, and vice versa. My brother let my nephews and nieces do whatever they wanted to do, and they didn't like it. They later, as adults, said, you weren't good enough. You should have been stricter. I've never, ever could have understand that. So, yeah. Oh, funny. You're welcome, Barbara. You're welcome, dear. Hey, Jill. Yeah. Anyway, thanks so much, everybody, for weighing in. You know, it's a tough subject. And Garnet, I'm glad you weighed in. Your auntie had 6 kids that had to bring themselves up. Their dad died young. Auntie was a chronic alcoholic. I was frightened of her. She had a brain aneurysm, put in a coma when she came out of the hospital. Oh, wow. You know, that's probably when you were saying, I'm glad she's not my mother. and you can also understand how your cousins must have felt. I mean, you saw how they felt. That's very sad. Yeah. Oh, I agree with this. Okay. Create a place to have tea or a good brunch. Sounds good. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's a great idea. Make it a greenhouse and then have
Mhm.
tea readers. Have
Yes,
tea readers and psychics in there.
that's right. That's right. I know Donna Marie is when
Yeah.
she retires, she's going to do that, and I think it's fabulous. So,
Yeah.
Virgo on fire. Your mother ruled through withdrawal of attention. I became a stealth helicopter. Yes, see. So, if you're, I can't tell you enough, Virgo on fire, that as a professor of people that were probably going to college about 2003, 2004, that age group, how many helicopter parents that my students, I have to call my mother. I need an aspirin. I have to ask her if I can, stuff like that. Yeah. Stuff like that. Yeah. Thanks, Jill.
But that's true, and as far as self-awareness goes,
Mhm.
or self-discovery, we have to like work. I mean, astrology helps, numerology helps to
True.
know how we were intended, what our blueprint was intended like. But as you know, trauma and pain and all hardships, drugs and alcohol
Mhm.
changes us and our perceptions. So you have to reverse engineer that. And so that's what's called the shadow work.
Mhm.
When we really look at ourselves, well, I was born to be this, but now I'm acting like that and creating not as much abundance. Because when
Uh-huh.
we move into our we can move into our full potential when we're
Mhm.
aligned with
Yeah.
who we're supposed to be,
Right. Right.
what we're
Absolutely.
trying to be. Mhm.
Absolutely. Mary asked what helicopter parents, for some of you who don't know that don't have children, is when you hover over your older children. And I don't mean like are you okay? That kind. I mean, it's like, what are you doing? Did you get enough sleep? Did you do your homework? Did you da 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 da? Yeah, yeah. And to do everything for the kid, yes, and not allow them to have their natural consequences. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Yeah. I had my kids. They washed their laundry at fifth grade, and whenever they would come home sometimes and they'd say, "What are we having for dinner?" I said, "I don't know. What are you making?" I mean, it was
Oh,
like
wow.
sometimes and it wasn't mean. It wasn't trying to be mean. It's like everybody comes in at a
Yeah.
different time. And
Mhm.
so, or I'll say, heat up some spaghetti that I cooked and it's in the refrigerator, whatever it was.
Mhm.
And I think that was really, and they got a job at 16. They're not going to,
Uh-huh.
if
Right, right,
I'm
right.
not giving out any money. Yeah. They didn't
You,
even
you know,
drive until they were 21, actually, because they
oh
didn't go.
wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's something. I want to touch base on the helicopter moms. That is one of the things. So when we die and go to heaven, go through our, orientation and our life
Mhm.
review. The life review reconciles our actions and our lessons, and
Mhm.
in a way that we are we don't have karma. We don't
Yeah.
have that coming out. When we decide with our soul family to incarnate again, it's like packing a bag because we reweave our golden web, which is our memory system, correct? So we think, oh, okay, I'm going to go in this adventure with my soul family, and I want to make sure I remember this from that lifetime and the lesson I learned from that lifetime. So you kind of backpack a bag, but you misremember things. So you could have
Right.
in a past life lost track of your sister. She drowns in the pond. You have the burden of that guilt, and then parents
That's true.
not liking you and all of that stuff.
Yep.
It was so traumatic, but it was reconciled during your life review. There was but it was so traumatic. You bring a little bit, you misremember. I call that unjustified karma. So
Mhm.
and it doesn't activate that problem or pattern doesn't activate until you have kids. and then it activates. And so,
Yeah. Yep.
I think the people who are incarnated now, I think we're the third wave, or however you want to picture it.
Close.
We need to give up the idea that we were so bad in a life. We were so bad as a evil spice merchant somewhere. Understand that we're here for a mission, and that's a distraction almost, like when we do that.
And isn't that what the veil of forgetting is supposed to mean?
Yes.
Where we start fresh each time. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. And try and do it with a novice heart. Yes, that's true. But the wise souls, I don't know, maybe it's just my clients are so wise and so accomplished and so intuitive. And so it's a large part of us.
I get you. No, I totally get you. Wow. Thank you for a wonderful conversation. I'm always blessed when we chat, and with people's comments here in the chat as well. And Garnet saying, people say to him, your mom was an angel. I never heard her say a bad word. That's just absolutely beautiful, Garnet. Thank you for sharing that. Kit says Mary O'Malley writes a great book. What's in the way is the way.
Smart.
Absolutely. That's perfect. It's and this particular was the obstacle is the way. So that's kind of the same, not exactly, but kind of the same thing. The life review is not a procedure anyone can bypass. It's something to keep us in check even now, to fix or mend what we can here and now. Beautiful. Beautiful. I love that, Jill. Thank you, hon. Thank you so very much. All right. Thank you. Yeah, I really, reading cards is fine, and doing numerology and doing other things, but it's the conversations that you can have that bring you to where you can meet somebody else dealing with the same issue or similar and find a way of moving through it. And so the people in the chat are a very important component of the conversation.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So thank you so much. Thank you.
Hello from the
UK. M. Louise Hamilton. Paulie, welcome. Yeah. Welcome. All right.
Thank you.
So we do have Salama. I don't know if you're still here, sweetheart, if you can tell us if you're still here. We could do a couple readings, but we are about 10 minutes before the hour, so we'll keep it low. But yeah. But
so she says, what is the angel a message for me with respect to a job and relationship? I am unemployed since October and single for the past 17 years. And I would say, wow, you're just lucky. Lucky you're single for 17 years. I know a lot of people don't like that idea, but people ask me, why haven't you ever married? And I say, just lucky, I guess. I've had such a perfect life. I'm just so restricted when I was a kid. And I'm thinking, I'm not going to set myself up for that. I've been proposed to, turned them down. And, but when I see people living their life on a solitary, I know that part of that is enjoyable. Part of it is enjoyable. And that's when you leapfrog in spiritualism, I think. That's
true. That's true. Mary, I can't find your question. If you wouldn't mind putting it back in. I'm sorry. I must have missed it in the list. Yeah. God, there's so many good comments. Thank you, everybody. I'm sorry if I missed your comment because they matter. I would love to know what your question was, Mary. Please. And I'm sorry you have to type it in again. Being single doesn't mean being lonely. That's true. I think Deborah feels that way. But I know she likes her puppies, and I know some people like their kids.
Yeah. They're my husband and wife.
There you go. Yeah. Excellent. Yeah.
So, I do have a little answer for Salama.
Okay. Salama. Yeah.
Salama. I'm sorry. I missed. So as far as so I get a yes on getting a job, and I do frame it in the next, let's say, 3 to 6 months, because it can happen tomorrow. but I'm just going to, because sometimes the energy has to switch. And I do want to say it's going to come out of the blue, and to kind of be ready, because right now you're doing you're taking on jobs maybe, or burdens of other people, and making yourself obligated to that. And so when this opportunity comes in, it's meant to say, snap, take advantage of it. So you want to prepare the people that you're in obligation to, that as soon as I get a job, it's sayonara. As far as going out, I used to have the Sun card. I do have the Wheel of Fortune when it does come around, where you're able to move into the opportunity to choose someone. But it looks like, so the opportunity is there, but it looks like here that you don't have the mindset to see the opportunity. You don't have the eyes to see it, because it looks like you're going by halfway saying, I really like a relationship, but I'm really exhausted. I wouldn't want to date, but I wouldn't mind being in a relationship. And they better be tall, dark, handsome. I know you're not that shallow, but I'm just
right. This is my list of what I want. Yeah.
So please take your mind off that. The Wheel of Fortune is very, very, very powerful, along with the Sun card. So it looks like something is queuing up in the next month or so. I got a month that somebody's going to extend the flirt, extend the I'm waiting for maybe a quick smile in the grocery store or something like that. If you're occupied with what could be, or what you don't have, you'll miss that flirt. So it can come in and out.
Well, and so, I've actually pulled two. This is a great deck. I don't know if you've ever seen it. First Aid for Broken Hearts Tarot.
Oh,
it's adorable, and it's really cute, isn't it? It's just a nice deck. It's by Sacred Scribe Publishing. Anyway, I pulled two wands, one on either side of the world. And the world is in the middle. And I have here, your journey to homecoming in solidarity and devotion is the first card, which would be it's the Four of Wands. This is the Four of Wands. So
that's a good card.
It's a good card.
You're stable. Yeah. I mean, Four of Wands.
That's right. Yeah. The next one I get is the World, which is to orchestrate your next course. The completion is glorious. So I agree with what Deborah said about relationships. Could also extend to job possibilities.
Yes.
In other words, somebody might say, we really need this person in this job, and you say, oh, I don't want to do that, but if you take the job, you may find that they give you another job later that might be even better than anything you've ever wanted. So sometimes it's good to take the inferior choice, I guess, not in a relationship, but in a job situation. Right. And then finally,
in a relationship. Oh, go ahead.
No, but that's true. Not in you don't take the inferior.
In a relationship, if you find mid-date that he's not good, order the lobster, not the salad.
There you go. Get the most expensive.
I won't ask you out again.
No. And then I get the Nine of Wands. Remember, I said I had two wands on either side, which is trust in tenacity, perseverance during a hard time resolves doubts. So the fact that you've gone all this time, 17 years, and that you're not working and you don't have a relationship, you're trusting still that things are on your way for you. And that removes the doubt if you follow the guidance of the other cards. So I really love this.
Yeah. And if anybody says, why did you stay single for 17 years? Just say, just lucky, I guess. I needed that time off I just needed that time off, and people will understand it.
Yep. That's true. That's very true. So everybody, I can't take any more questions because that's all right. We're going to finish the ones that I've got, and but it's just that we're at the end of a show, not at the beginning. So I want to do Mary's because she said hers was up there for a while. So she's asking a general question: will we have walk-ins on artificial intelligence?
Wow, I've never heard of that. Walk-ins need to have our souls that need to have a human body to express for expression. Now,
Mhm,
that may change later on because everything's changing, but
mhm.
artificial intelligence does not have a soul. It's
That's the
programmed by
problem.
soul.
Well,
Uh,
yeah, I watched a couple of ET shows recently, and one of them was about how that's the destruction of humanity. And so you have to, I mean, do they have souls? So then I'm wondering, they could be ET walk-ins too, because I don't know. Do they have
I
souls?
don't know. Now, as far as our existence,
Hmm.
it's our rule book. It's souls. Now,
Right,
ETs may be able to influence. We got fiber optics from ETs. We've got the microwave
right.
oven by ETs. We
True.
got all this stuff, cells, rockets, all that stuff from ETs.
Hmm.
This is all boils down to this. This is still a human experience. Earth with
Right.
earth rules that aren't going to change. That's just the way it is, and we're learning how to discern. So even so, nothing is an absolute. We have a president, and we can't put everything, our trust fully blindly in any one person. And the
Hmm.
same with artificial intelligence. You have to check
Yeah.
and double check. Whenever I use it, it's for Grammarly for my spelling and
Hmm.
dyslexia. But
Hmm.
if I go in and ask a question, I will, I usually have an answer, or I'm educated on that topic enough to know if it's not right.
Right. Right. That's true, because not all is good. So what did I pulled three cards, and I have the interesting. It's the year of the horse, remember, and I got a
Oh,
horse. And it says determination in that direction will be our final ending. So it's very possible. I don't know if it's probable. I believe if it can happen, if it's a possibility, that it will. In other words, at the very least, it could be a walk-in that takes over, and as a group, takes over the
I could
information.
see Ashtar Command
Yeah,
doing that.
yeah,
Ashtar Command uh, can, they already like silence the nukes and stuff like that.
that's very true. Yep, yep. Um, so Jill says, we did not come here on Earth to have the same experience, like marriage, kids, and so on. We may have done that in a previous life, and here to have a different experience.
Yeah,
That's very true. Thank you.
exactly.
Yep. The robots are pretty incredible, Mary says.
Yeah,
Um,
I
and
appreciate it.
very human-like. They could get confused. She said, I'm joking. Thank you, Deborah. But, this is true. DNA is being manipulated by people. You know,
I
I,
don't know
I,
how that works,
I
but
don't either.
I,
And you know what?
I think go ahead.
No,
I
no,
get
go ahead.
excited.
Oh, please
The
finish.
thing is that we are smarter with AI. There are
Mhm.
cures for things we couldn't have made without AI. There are surgeries going on today that were researched by doctors on AI because it's a combination of information coming
Right.
together. And so there's so much benefit, but I understand it. I think our downfall is going to be misinformation. That's why we
Definitely.
have to be smart about it and not
Which
rely
is what
on
we
one
talked
thing.
about at the beginning, about
Yeah.
manipulating that video to
Mhm.
show whole
Yeah.
different scenario with
Right.
Jonathan Ross.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can and is being weaponized. I believe that. Yeah, my husband will say, "Oh, that's just something as a conspiracy theory," and of course, you know that a lot of people on the right, there's a lot of conspiracy theories, but sometimes I think
It's
some of them
true
may
because
be right. Yeah.
Everything that's come out, we've messed up. The train has gone off the track. Every single thing that we have done. So this is definitely going to like the internet, right? And so they wanted to privatize it. We fought back on that, and then it's morphed into whatever what it is today. But it is free, so there were regulations put on it. It used to be the Wild Wild West. Anything goes.
True.
Well. Same with AI. It's going to go until it's destructive, and then we're going to have regulations. Not with this administration, but we're going to have regulations eventually. So I agree. It's here for good and bad, I guess.
Anyway, excellent question. Thank you, dear. A card pull for E.M. Louise. And then Julie Hamill, I have you next. And Deke 1414 will answer your question. That's all we can take today, please. But we'll probably be back in 2 weeks. So. All right. So
I got a cool read for them. I've got the 3 of Cups, followed by the 6 of Wands. It looks like, is there a birthday coming up, maybe? Or some sort of celebration? But since I'm reading you and not someone else, I think it's something that you have done or said, or maybe it's your birthday or whatever. Your friends are going to celebrate you, and it does look like it's going to be in a real loving way with the with the Knight of Cups coming in. So expect that in the next couple of weeks.
And I got also cups. I got the Queen of Cups.
Love it.
And yeah, the message on this card says, intuitive and creative leadership supports those you love. So you have that. And look at that beautiful swan. It's like, remember that you are beautiful and to bring that beauty to your life every day. The second one I get is the Hierophant. Ask for guidance, an enlightened soul is near you. And it could very well be you. It's just that you're not listening to your own guidance. So make sure you do. And then I get the Wheel of Fortune. Oh my God, what a beautiful card. And I love the way that this particular card works. And it says, a cycle of changes is in motion. Treasure your transformation. So maybe you will have some sort of a party or birthday or celebration. And the world is at, the Wheel of Fortune is there for you. So,
yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. All right, we have Julie Hamill. Will I meet someone soon?
No, I'll just say no. No. Your partner, your friends, I'm sorry to react like this, but so many times we want a partner that is our greatest lover, our therapist, our supporter, our defender, our this everything. And that, I'm sure you don't mean that, but I just want to bring it up because I believe that there's someone for everyone. And the very first card out here is like a major card, but because so when I do a reading, it doesn't mean like a yes, no, or something like that. It just means that what you say, how you act, how you think is or is not synchronized up to meeting someone that understands you. Okay. So it says here right now, but the cards will also say why it's no or why it's yes.
Oh,
so
okay.
Right
Yeah.
It's right now it says, no, you're not doing, saying, thinking, what you need to do to meet someone that understands you. But here it is. First of all, is patience and having a balance, and also forget about all the broken hearts you had before. Since you were a little kid, everybody has been the same. And it's all because of Mama with the reverse Queen of Pentacles. You have everything you need to have a successful relationship, but you can't mirror it or build it with the history you know well. This is one universal year. So you need to have a new perspective on how a successful relationship is and what you have to offer someone else, because they will certainly give it back in return.
I love that. And I love that you you have that expertise in both the tarot and numerology that brings it all together, Deborah. Yeah, that's beautiful. Beautiful.
I hope that
so my cards are that you, your whatever it is you're doing, Julie, is fulfilling your destiny. And the first card I got is the Buddha. It's a reflection on your own understanding. And so much like what Deborah has said. And I love this. Thank you, Magical Mermaid. Yes, be what you want to attract. That's exactly right. The next one I get is, I wonder if you like to travel, because I got the world globe. It could be that, yes, you possibly will meet somebody that you care for and that understands you in most ways that are needed for you, but they may not be here where you're living. They may be somewhere. Yeah.
Ooh la la.
Yeah. Or they might be visiting here, which if you're in the US, I don't know why they would, but they might be visiting here, and you'll attract a foreigner. But they're saying your movement is in the right direction, but remember that, yes, be what you want to attract is perfectly good.
Humor. If you make someone laugh, they're going to be your friend. If you have a light sense of humor. Yeah. Hi, Sarah.
Yeah, your partner should be the person that makes you feel comfortable, calm, and safe. I agree. Yeah, for some people, that would be vitals. For some other people that are, say, stronger, perhaps, it might not be. But I think we have to, that the reading we gave prior, in that, what's your checklist? And you're looking at this checklist, and what is it that you can live without, without agreement on? And there's some things I can and cannot live with the partner I have, but he's perfectly aware of what they are. So I've let him.
Part of his charm.
Linda, that's so sweet. Yes. We found each other during awful times. We surely did.
Yeah,
surely did. The last one we have for today is Deke. And I love this question. You get home from work at 12 a.m. and as you're walking into your apartment complex, all of a sudden I start singing the Star Spangled Banner. I have no idea why. Any feedback? It's it seems to me it is you asserting the fact that you are American and that this is not America or the America that you remember. I don't know, but
I think it's a message. I feel it's a message saying, stay with it, stay with whatever you're doing, and that don't lose faith that we're not going to be there. You will be proud of your country again. I think that's what it might mean. There was one, I love when songs do that, because I had one that's, you remember this song? You spin me right round, baby, right round like a record, baby, right round. And so that's my guides. You're laughing at me when I'm ruminating on something. So
yes, absolutely. And stay the course, Bunny says. A revolution's coming, Mary says. Yeah, all those things. I have here that it was a form of communication that it surrounds a male and what that male might be doing. and that you maybe are heartbroken by what's happening. I don't know if that's your truth or not, but that's the cards I pulled. So there is some truth to the collective idea of that song coming through, as Deborah mentioned.
Yeah.
It's wonderful. Wow.
We're going to be good. We're going to be all right. It's just taking longer than we all thought it would, and what we wanted. But we're vital to the success of our world, and so we're here for each other. But when you need time off from the news, take it.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll hold the light on it. We'll let you know what's important.
That's right. So Deborah, before we leave, I want you to let them know about your numerology class and how they can find out more information about it.
Oh, I've got a couple of things. So first of all, I'm going to be on with Linda Day Gonzalez in a couple of hours, actually.
Oh, good.
And so we're going to go that direction. I do have a new book. that I'd like to promote. And if you have gotten I Have Your Number book and you liked it, would you mind giving a review? Because Amazon's not going to show my book to anybody unless I have a certain amount of reviews. I really would appreciate that. I also have, it was so popular, I do a numerology workshop, and the first 3 got full right away. So I've added 2 more. One is on the 31st and one is on Valentine's Day. So I was thinking about doing a couples thing. So you can, but they're up and going. I believe it's $45, but it's a solid 2 hours of information, and it will. This is what's different about it. I'm not going to go through a slideshow of what each number means. There will be some of that, not card show, but it would be your personal relationship to the numbers. So after this workshop, you will know the numbers through your own memories and intuition. And that's the organic way. And then to the point where you would be walking down the street of your town and pointing at situations around you saying, well, that's a five of swords, or that's a 5, or that's a 4. The stubborn person is a 4. Yeah. I mean, so that's how you learn. That's how you're going to be learning in my class.
That's beautiful. And that's on Zoom. It will be on Zoom.
It's going to be on Zoom. So it's interactive. Yeah,
absolutely.
So thanks for reminding me about that.
Yeah, no problem. And I have a new class that will be starting in March. It's going to be available on Sundays, and another class on Wednesdays if some of you work weekends or work during the week. And it's on a recent video that I put out about ancestral healing and familial patterns and familial wounds, and it's going to be 4 weeks, and it's $44. If you're a member, you get 10% off. So check my website if you're interested. And I guess Deb's is that how
my
they sign up for yours as well? Okay.
It's on the front page, and Whisper says that she has my book. Thank you very much.
Yes, she does. And she will do a review. So there you go.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Really
so thanks, everybody. Thanks for being with Deb and I today, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Yeah. All right.
Thank you, Deb.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you.